This is your daily market recap for Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka The Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023. Hopefully you're having a great day. Let's get into it. Another sloppy, choppy Fed day. Is anyone surprised? We went up, down, left, right, AB, select, start. No. The market, as we thought, would be volatile today, with the bigger days being tomorrow and Friday with the Apple earnings and then the jobs number. Well, after the close, though, we got some interesting information. Again, I am been bearish and said trade around bearish positions. You have Pacific West Bank potentially going belly up. You had Qualcomm numbers, which were absolutely horrendous. Apple's down. We shall see. Now, again, could the market hold up, flop around until tomorrow? Absolutely. I'm still trying to explain to people, like with the VIX as low as it got, the easy trade is a short, in my opinion. Again, everyone believes the market's going higher at the highs in a bear market, again, because the bear market's very choppy. Be careful. All right, we'll get into more of the rationales as we get into the video. Grab a quick coffee, grab a drink, whatever you need to get comfortable. Let's get into it. Newer to the channel, check out the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Please, if you join, be active, ask questions, get involved. Student is ready, teacher appears. Hit me up on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Always posting the charts and things that I think are interesting, worth watching. Here you go, Pac W, 55% crash after hours. Yikes. Especially after the FOMC meeting where Powell said the banking system is fine. What is the odds, the irony of that? Big Daddy Powell says everything is great to only see the market potentially flop shortly after on banking issues. Yikes. Ay caramba, right? Like that's Jim Cramer kind of touch of how bad, like Cramer kiss of death. Like Powell just gave the kiss of death of the banking system? ? Yeah. Follow on YouTube, please. If you're watching on YouTube or any other video services, please check out the YouTube channel, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do tons of live chats. Probably do one tomorrow morning. Yeah, hit me up. Again, when the student's ready, the teacher appears, get involved, more information you need, I probably already have. Again, check out www.thetradingagent.com. Back to Basics series, also daily market reviews, everything, recommended reading, and from beginner tips to more advanced tips as the videos go on. I've got, it almost feels like hundreds of videos on this stuff because, again, trading not as simple as draw the chart, execute, boom, boom, boom. Well, here is the Fed number for today. Told you guys it was a lock. Guaranteed. Where are we at for the next meeting in June? Still 2/3. Odds are still higher. Again, inflation is entrenching. I mean, if you saw the European data and England data, you saw inflation. Yikes. Too hot. Too hot. All right. Anyway, just keep that in mind. Again, this just came out. Again, this could change a lot before June 14th, but just in your mind, save this link. Always pay attention to it. Bitcoin, as we said, what? Choppy, sloppy. In this range, I have nothing but love for Bitcoin, hopefully going higher because of the friends who own it, but ultimately could be some sort of complex head and shoulder pattern to resolve lower. I don't know. If you own it, again, trade around your positions. This is what I try to explain to people with volatile markets and markets that I think are going to be in turmoil. Again, the VIX hasn't bottomed. The bull market, bear market, whatever. Bear market's not over. Bull market hasn't started, but could it be starting in Bitcoin? It potentially could be. Could we retest the lows? I don't know. Again, I think it's safer to trade around your positions and manage them versus to expect to buy and hold and expect things to go to the moon, because I've said this a million times. When the market softens and the VIX starts spiking and the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s gets up to maybe even 80, 90, everything gets sold. There's no rhyme or reason. The markets won't be logical at the moment. It's all be emotional, and that's what happens. Market can get absolutely smoked. Oil, we talked about things that aren't bullish, right? We've been saying this theme, like things seem to be weakening all over. Oil, OPEC cuts, and as we said, OPEC only cuts because they see demand falling off a cliff. Looking down like, hello, 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 there's the cliff. Over the cavern, over the big, whatever, the Grand Canyon. Well, here it's coming right back down. I think they're going to do another cut shortly because, again, they want to keep the floor higher than normal. It's not normal, I guess it's normal. But, again, they want the floor to be higher because they know the United States needs to reload. Our SPR is whatever percentage empty. Can't remember if it's half or something like that. It's still way too low. Nat gas, just leave it alone. I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore. It's like you want to talk about nat gas or just move on? Again, leave a comment below if you want me to move on from nat gas and just tell people to leave it alone, and they will. They probably won't. Dollar put out a tweet today, said watch the low end of range here in the 2760s. Not surprised, pop, chop. Now again, the dollar could go either way. Just keep that in mind. Dollar could go screaming down or it could go screaming higher. Either way, the volatility in the dollar, much like the TLT, is what matters, in my opinion, right? Weaker dollar, people could argue, oh, that's good for the stocks and the economy, but also weaker dollar could be like the economy's falling off a cliff. The United States is going to default. Dollar goes screaming higher, they're raising rates, everything's great, or people are scared and they're buying the dollar. Like, you see the logic here is that the volatility is what it matters. Same thing with the TLT. Chopping. The VIX. Wakey, eggs and bakey, right? Talked about it. Your gift. We said the first bottom will be met with some sort of higher low, equal or lower low. We got the lower low. Now it's waking up. Waking up before you go. And the VIX told you that we're going. I don't know. That's a bad way of trying to sing that song. But here you go. The VIX definitely making higher highs and higher lows. As we said, once it gets over 100, the door opens for higher prices, in my opinion. SPY talked about the 20-month failing. After hours, 406 with some of this data. Not surprised when we get back down to these range lows. Now what happens after that, we'll see. We talked about on what? Monday? Danger. Did not like this hammer at the highs, choppiness. People were like, are you trading? I'm like, yeah, traded it. I'm short. I'm not overthinking it. I'm not going to sit here like some folks. And again, I'm proud of them. Also a little sad for them. You're trading around their positions probably a little too aggressively now, where the odds are that what? This is just a retest of flop. Right? I don't know. Again, I don't know when the dam breaks, but it is. That's all I can say. And when I mean that, like, it will, right? Like, think about it. It's a bear market. It's not over. Nothing's solved. And if anything, things are getting worse. And people say, well, earnings are going to bottom before the recession. And no, they don't. Again, the Fed's going to cut. And that's bad. Again, we could get into that later. But SPY Daily got distracted by text. Watch it. 20-day, watch the 404 area. Q. 20-day, chopping. 20-month again, rejecting. Holding up longer again. This is what's so hard. I say this all the time in every video. Timing is hard. The price levels, you can figure them out. It's just, do you want it to happen today? I want it to happen yesterday or last week, right? But we don't know that. We just don't know. Here you go. Holding some ranges. Keep an eye on this level. Talked about the IWM lagging. Qs and SPY way up here. Up here now. And we're way down here now. Meow, right, meow? Yeah, it doesn't look good. Right? Super Troopers, you've seen that, right, meow? How many times can I say meow in the video? Well, we're going to see if we can get up to 9. We're at like 5 or 6. Here you go. 20-day. I mean, I personally have said over and over, I think the IWM leads. Remember, it peaked first. I guess let's go in a little history lesson. Like, remember, chopped for all year, broke out, 2021. Boom. Are we done? No. It's just more of a consolidation to what? In my opinion, fail. Not what people want to hear. But again, get it over with. Rip the Band-Aid off. Let's get the VIX up to 100, the market to puke, and then boom. Then you can buy and just hold, and you can have faith in longer-term up moves. But now the market is a trader's market. It's paradise. And again, I promise you it will be easier one day. DIA, it's the same thing. Lower highs, gets up into this range, peeling like an onion. Gold, all over the place. Some people shorted at the highs. I kind of like it. But I didn't realize the banks were collapsing after hours. Again, monthly we think is a big bullish pattern, but I just think at some point they pull everything down. The question is, will it break out? I like the short up here, especially like silver, the miners. Maybe not gold as much, but silver, lagging. Again, but define your risk, right? Don't go into this and go, I'm shorting gold with a $10 stop. No. GDX, same thing, said watch the 33 level, bouncing. Will it go higher? Good question. GDXJ, again, second quarter, seasonality. If you've seen the monthly, you'll know that when the market peels, they sell it off. All this stuff will get hurt. GDXJ lagging tremendously. Again, junior miners should lead. They don't look strong. AG, chopping. We talked about this thing being crap compared. Look, it can't even get anywhere close to the highs that other stocks were making in other times of the year. January highs, look, this one's acting better, holding up 20-day, but again, little ominous getting stuck. Newmont, we said lag. Lagging? Yes, like look nowhere close to the January highs, February highs. This thing looks bad. Pass on it. Double top, chopping. Again, people say, well, Dan, I like the miners. And I say to you, what is the best risk reward? Shorting tech or being long miners? I would argue at some point being long miners will be the right thing. But right now, shorting tech makes sense to me. Speaking of tech, AMD, you're welcome. Is there an echo in here? Echo, echo, echo. I told you guys this thing was lagging. Dog crap. Look, pops to the 20-day. We talked about it holding here. Remember, go watch the previous bounces the 20-day. Now, again, wouldn't recommend holding through earnings, but if you still were short from up here and you had it hedged somewhat, whatever, you manage your position today, perfecto. Drop. Micron. We talked about chopping. 65, 60, 65, 58, whatever it is. Doink. Fail. Taiwan Semi. Meh. Yeah. Again, people don't realize like these names look like absolute crap. Intel. Up 88 cents today. I guess it's oversold, but again, goes up, hits trend line, makes a lower high. 20-day again. Rejection. Sound like a broken record? Hey, I'm going to throw in a little Starbucks, speaking of caffeine, because I was just thinking about it for my friends who were trading this. I know some people took through earnings, which, big cojones. Congrats. That's nice. Happy for folks. Again, I'm not going to take credit for that trade at all. Folks in the Discord room, if you took it, made sense. I understood. Holding through earnings, I mean, the rally, again, you don't want to rise into earnings. We talked about it. Did not realize it would drop 12 points in China. It was weakening. Aicha, wawa, congrats. Either way. SMH said, watch out for the 20-day in this lower box range, 249, 250. Yeah, it's going to go at some point. The bigger the chop, the bigger the move. Keep that in mind. It feels like we're setting up for a big move. Adobes. Yep. You're welcome. I mean, here you go. More evidence. After hours, Apple 160, what? 3. I mean, again, I put a tweet out there today, and I wasn't trying to be harsh or mean, but I said you have to be an idiot if you were buying stocks today. Again, Apple has earnings tomorrow. Let's see what happens. Again, if you want to buy puts into it, be careful. I think there's a... let me just preface this, that there is a gap at 172 here in pink. Could it fill it? And it could do it after hours. Just keep that in mind tomorrow. Amazon. Talked about people who bought the puts up here. Dwayne, nice work. Meh. Looks like it's going lower. CRM, said the 200 level. Yeah. Roll over, little donkey. Guggenheim holding up. Not surprising with the market, but again, clearly there's a ceiling. Don't be scared by it. Meta gonna have FTC issues. Told you guys, it feels very, very similar to this. At the bottom, it gapped down after a huge monster run, exhaustion gap. Took a couple days, then reversed. Big gap up on earnings. You know what's coming. Microsoft, same kind of thing. Pop, flop, chop. I mean, there is a gap here at 312. Could it hit it? Personally, think this thing gets wrecked at some point. NDAQ. People are like, you're going to get wrecked? I'm like, yeah, wrecked. Like, wrecked them. Talked about this. I mean, again, the NASDAQ exchange is showing you the weakness to come. Tech is going to be not what you buy in the future. I promise you that. I mean, people are going to be like, wow, you're crazy. And I'm going to be like, I said this for 2 years. Did the video on who wins the tech war in December 2021 or November. Said it's not tech because I've lived the past. I know how this works. So tech's always the future. No, tech is always the future, but the stocks aren't always worth holding on to if you don't remember the 2000s. Too bad. History's there to be studied. Netflix and chill. Can't get over the 340s. We talked about backside of the trend line. Congrats if you're short. Be patient. Roblox. They come out and they say, hey, we're going to stop doing our guidance. Gaps down. Rallies a few days as the market does. This thing looks like terrible. Looks like Charles Barkley terrible. Speaking of terrible, freaking Tesla. I mean, it's just, again, I don't know how many people have tried to tell me that it's worth buying for the long run. I keep telling you, just wait. If you think the prices are cheap now, you're going to see them at bottom basement prices. And what price is that going to be? It's probably going to be double digits. Probably mid to 50 to 80 range. Could be worse. You don't know. Remember, it's pricing at like all of the car companies combined. Meow. That hurts. Hurts me to say meow. Here you go. 160. Keep an eye on it. If you're already short it, this man is a position until the market unloads. And remember, the liquidation break hopefully will be strong and it'll last for as long as it needs to last. It'll be great. X, we talked about material. Here we go, Rep. Oh, why does the market look so strong, Dan? No, it doesn't really feel like it's strong. Materials, literally. Nucor. Same kind of thing. Why are materials, the market so strong, Dan? Well, the breath sucks. Materials. Caterpillar, we talked about. This one peaked months ago. Months. Look at this. Just hanging on by a lifeline, about to probably flop some more. VALE, again, every day I see people on Twitter and actually on TikTok saying, buy VALE. Every day you've been wrong. Let's just call it what it is. I'll be wrong too, but hopefully I'm not posting the same wrong trade every day. At least explain where you can be wrong. But they're just like, buy VALE. I'm like, okay. Arrow, this one has been holding up. Keep an eye on this one because, again, strength is strength. Strength amongst weaknesses says a lot, right? CCJ talked about getting up in the 28, 29 range. All these commodities names. CF had earnings. Again, I didn't even really look at them because I don't care. I don't want to get convinced they were good or bad. I just feel like the reaction is going to be mute until what? The market unloads and finishes. Mosaic, same thing. Let's just wrap through these. They look great. Tight. Chopping. Wait. Really that simple. NTR, same thing. Again, and here's what you really should wish for if you have no fear of being, just being able to act when things are hard, is that when the market dumps and this stuff crashes, you start filling your cup. You start think of it as like a faucet and you just got your cup. No, actually, even better. Picture this. We're at a keg party. You want beer. And beer being what? The future profits. Just start filling it up, and you can control how much you want to buy. But you got to be willing to buy it as it's unloading out of the keg. That's essentially right, like the waterfall action. AA, same thing. Again, all these names look like piss poor. XLF, you're welcome if you shorted JP Morgan, the 142s. And I'm not always right, but hopefully people see we're not too bad. XLF's at 32.50, 33.50. You got the 33.50s, maybe even 33. What was the exact height? 33.54. Damn it, Dan. Thought you knew how to do this. Well, guess what? If you shorted on Monday, financials, JP Morgan, you're welcome. Throw your boy a 30-cent donation. Just 30 cents. Just kidding. We talked about getting up here. Congratulations. Wanted more, but you know what? We thought we might get a few days of chop. Well, guess what? We didn't. This was just a trap. Here you go. Look at the elevator down. Morgan Stanley, same thing. All these names. That's why you can confirm this. Bazow, right? Goldman Sachs. Oh, yikes, shnikes, right? Hit the 100-day, fail. KRE, right? We talked about, does the market really look that good? When the KRE looks that bad? You're lying to yourself. And again, there's a few of you trolls that just follow constantly and just talk junk. And it's like, you guys got to be crazy. You got to be crazy not to see what's going on here. But you know what? That's fine. It doesn't happen when you want it to. Yawn. Cry me a river. XBI. Strong today, right? Man, look at this trap. Watch what happens in the 84s. Now, again, I don't have a position on it. I think the short makes sense. But as I warned Wild War, if you're watching, he wanted to short this near the lows. I'm like, give it time. Let it chop out. It kind of looks like the XLF here, right? But just instead a higher high coming off the range, right? And here, look at this. Check this out. Very similar formation. All right, we're done with the XBI, but check this out. Drop, and then double top, right? You get this choppiness. XBI should drop if the market dumps. Just keep that in mind. Let's get into my favorite sector to just laugh at people about, solar. You got to buy it, Dan. All right, it's going lower. Congrats if you shorted up in the 77, 78 range. ENPH, we told you, this stuff is all going to get slapped. It's technically could bounce because it's oversold, but the trend is your friend. And the trend is what? Down, 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 down. Sedgerton, after hours, popped on earnings. Somebody's talking, there's somebody talking on Twitter now. Oh, man, if this opens around 200 day, you know what's to do with it for solar. Now, again, do I need to repeat it? You should probably look to short around 290. Let's call it what it is. Define your risk, give a $1 stop, whatever you need. Looking at puts, June, makes sense to me. For solar, congrats. I don't know what to say other than, hey, things look bearish. We're breaking out of the bullish channel. Someone's going to tell me First Solar is a good buy. My head about exploded. And it wasn't from the gummy. My head about exploded on StockTwits when someone was like, you're crazy. First Solar, you may have been right. Higher prices, but it's a buy now. I'm like, you have not seen the monthly chart. You don't remember months when First Solar just goes, ay caramba, ay. That's just stupid, but whatever. It can drop $100 in a month. HYG, we talked about watching this. Again, all this stuff is evidence-based. Range highs, getting tired, can't get up. That's a problem, right? Junk dead, not acting well. You got to be careful. Let's end it with oil and gas and do it quick. We're done. No, I'm just kidding. Look at that oil. Adios, amigos. UNG. Oh, I want to buy UNG, Dan. It's at 7. Do you think it's a good buy? No. I think it's a good buy. More like goodbye. Leave it and wait for it to reverse split. I'm saying that, and I'll say it over and over and over from now on because it's just getting ridiculous every day. What do you think about nat gas? Nothing's changed. When I change on natural gas, you'll know. Right? XOP, we talked about warning. I mean, again, all this stuff doesn't look right. ExxonMobil, you're welcome. Again, I'm going to give myself high five for this one. If you took this trade, congrats. We talked about fake breakout, kapow. ExxonMobil down. Now, could have chopped for a few days at some point, yeah, but it doesn't look good. BXD, 200-day says supposedly going to get bought out by ExxonMobil. Guess what? If ExxonMobil is going down, PXD's offer and value goes south with it too. Occidental. Buffett selling calls every time the idiots buy it. Oh, Buffett bought more. Buffett selling calls to you folks. That's just remember that. I mean, it's just death, taxes, and Buffett selling calls. That's what literally it is. You didn't realize that? Congrats. You just got educated. Check this out. Again, going nowhere. Let it be. EQT. We talked about nat gas names starting to pop, and then look, give it right back. Flex LNG will end it there. Great. Pullback. Awesome. Love it. Let it come to us. I think we're going to be a big exporter of natural gas at some point. If you have any questions, please reach out. I appreciate all the love, support, generous donations. Be thoughtful out there. Be, again, aware of what's going on. Have your journal. Know how to assimilate, or not assimilate, but assess the action as it is. I'm telling you right now, I am struggling trying to watch this intraday, especially during the Fed day, to figure out what the next direction is. I believe it's going to be down. If you have to trade around it, just be careful. You're getting closer probably to the beginning of the move down than the end, but you may have thought that in March too. So have that in the back of your mind. If you have any questions, again, reach out. I will talk to you guys and gals later. Peace. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.